As
Skirting
goes down, that means he can't
going
get
after
through the
it.
skies. Nexus getting
Zoning
hit up.
him.
60% HP, 50%.
Oh!
Hits him back there. He's not going to get hit up by the fountain laser, though. Shot still coming in from
They gotta reach Altec!
Licorice gets hit.
Adrian!
Licorice gets hit, but they still take down the Nexus.
Hit it. Go this way. Yeah, go this way, Johnny. Care for Jace E. That's all I can do. Jace. Jason, end, Johnny, end.
Oh.
You can end it.
Hello and welcome back for Echo Fox versus Cloud9, where the winner will have sole possession of first place at the end of this week. Zyrene, it's going to be a slobber knocker.
Oh yeah, you just saw the ending to the previous time that they went up against each other. That was the bloodiest game of the split so far with 0.93 kills per minute. It was definitely a slobber knocker.
Hoping for more action again as we take a look at the players vying to be king of the hill. Selecting blue side, it is Echo Fox. In the top lane, Huni. In the jungle, Dardoch. Then mid laner, Fenix. Bottom support, Altec, Adrian, and their coach, Inero.
And on the red side, it means it's Cloud9, the other team tied for first place. The top lane is that rookie Licorice. Jungler Svenskeren, mid Jensen, with bot support being Sneaky and Smoothie, with Coach Reaper doing the brain check.
And at the halfway point of this split, pretty safe to say that these teams are the two best teams in the league.
Yep, Fox are 8-1 off the back of some amazingly coordinated aggression in team fights, but so is Cloud9 also being 8-1, but they rely a little bit more on coordination across the map with little fights and objective controls that land them a little bit more in the game and push it forward. But so both five-man squads come together as teams in different ways, and for Echo Fox, it feels like they have to tackle their two biggest threats today with Cloud9 and themselves.
Certainly do. And if you look at the backbone for both these teams, it's the two players who haven't been perhaps the flashiest members this split, but have both been insanely consistent when it comes to controlling the mid lane, which is why Jensen vs Fenix is our featured matchup.
And these guys have flown a little bit under the radar. Mid lane has not been as under the microscope as it has been before, but these guys, I believe right now, are the number 1 and 2 mid laners in terms of performances and consistency. Jensen has been still an incredible performer, but look at that CSD. Both of them number 1 and 2 in most of these statistics here. And Fenix, I believe, leads the entire league in damage per minute. So we've talked about Huni and Dardoch being potential MVP candidates. Well, Fenix is also on this team, and he hasn't been under the spotlight, but he is still performing incredibly well.
Yeah, there's a ton of chart toppers here on both these teams. Lots of MVP candidates into the mix. And like we said, we will determine at least for today who the best team in the league is, as one of these two teams will have the honor of claiming sole possession of first place to end their weekend.
And it's interesting because the last time these guys played up against each other, there was a counter pick of the Cassiopeia from Fenix into the Rise from Jensen, and then the Cassiopeia had way more effect in the team fights and played it out very well. So we'll see what happens here with Cloud9 being on the red side and what they'll be able to lock in for themselves, because they also got Licorice, the Jace matchup in top lane last time, and they'll be able to be afforded that luxury again.
Certainly was a close one here, but certainly true with Fox selecting blue side here for this one. I think the other small thing is, again, determining who is the better of these two teams. Your resistance matters a lot when you move towards the top of the standing in towards playoffs, so you don't want to be 0-2 against Echo Fox if you're Cloud9. That's a really rough way as we get close to the end of the season.
Yeah, if Fox win here, it definitely helps them immensely to be towards the top of the standings, because they would have a 2-0 tiebreaker over Cloud9, and they would be 1 game up, which means in order for Cloud9 to overtake them, Cloud9 would have to have Echo Fox lose 2 more games than Cloud9 does in the second half of the split.
Yep, so a lot on the line here, despite it only being the end of the 5th week. Bans are starting to come through, though. Skarner and Nah. Nice to see Skarner finally getting some ban attention. It's won every game so far today. And 2 mid laners on the red side there for C9, Zoe and Azir, taken away from Fenix.
Yeah, if you don't want to end up, playing it yourself, and Dardoch definitely favors the Zac a little bit more. I think taking away the Skarner and preventing the power farming and team fight potential is a great idea. As well as, I like the Zoe ban here, because we saw Fenix's yesterday, but the one-shots definitely remove that champion.
Rise ban there from Fox. And I kind of like what you said about the Zac ban. I wonder if Cloud9 will feel comfortable enough taking that one away. GP, another big one to think about, though. I think top lane's tough, because I think with counterpick, Cloud9 probably feel pretty comfy leaving some stuff open here in phase 1, but a lot of consideration. And Tristana is the ban of all things, taking a carry away from Altec.
I wonder if they'll first pick GP here, because he's first pickable and he's been banned pretty much all day and yesterday. But Huni has counter picks for it. Huni may just say, if they're going to take GP, I'll run the Lucian into it. I'll run different champions. And they actually don't go for the Zac either.
They actually go for Sejuani. So feels like more of a denial pick away from Svenskeren, who's played a lot of Sej so far. I mean, again, even with Sej receiving some nerfs this patch, I believe, to her Q, Svenskeren able to navigate quite nicely. I kind of like this there from Cloud9, especially if they take the Ezreal here. Really just saying, hey, Altec, we know you like to play these safe, strong champions. We're just going to take them away from you.
Yeah, and with the Tristana being banned away, this gives you one of those mobile carries that will allow yourself to get away from things like the GP ultimate if it does come out. So the Ezreal for Sneaky here, and he's been a consistent performer. We talk about consistent performers on the side of Echo Fox with Fenix. You definitely have to talk about Smoothie and Sneaky on Cloud9 at the same time.
Yeah, Sneaky's certainly played many years of Ezreal as well, so certainly something he's comfortable with, despite not being a super hard carry. Sven, considering a lot of different picks, Reaper nods his head. That means the pick is all but decided. It is Jarvan there for Cloud9, so presumably for the jungle there.
Galio is not banned in this game, so GP, Galio are both up right now. There's potential for Cloud9 to go with something like a Galio. Jensen back
up to?
Yeah, back in summer, he wasn't playing it at all, and then at Worlds, he busted out for the first time, and it was a surprise to everybody. So we'll see if he goes with that one there.
Very curious stuff here. I feel like in general, the solo laners from both these teams are just saying, you know what? We both have counter picks for each other, so they're wanting to maybe see a little bit more of the draft. But like you said, that may mean that some power picks just drop through and get banned again once we move into phase 2. Simple stuff though here for Echo Fox as Kalista gets picked up by Altec. Kind of the AD carry left that he's comfy on. And maybe a support here.
Yeah, I actually wonder if you pick support.
It's so hard, right? This draft is really interesting. It's Vladimir though. So a flex pick here for Echo Fox.
Also, exactly what was played by Licorice into Gangplank multiple times last week.
Good point. Block a pick there as well.
So it blocks him from that, would prevent you from picking the GP, but now this means that Licorice may just have to go to, a different pick. But I feel like, yeah, you pick off, you don't have to pick the top lane, because this could be mid lane Vladimir. Fenix was one of the first people to play the Cassiopeia, even when it wasn't really considered meta. And so I assume that, he would be willing to play the Vladimir much like Fly did yesterday.
I think this is just smart stuff overall. I like that Fox picked Vladdy because it gives him a lot of flexibility. But just C9 saying, you know what, Smoothie's been great on Alistar, let's give him that. Let's make sure to, get our counter picks here. They're confident Jensen can play just about anything depending on bans. And at this point, it's pretty obvious that they're just trying to give Licorice the best possible matchup.
Yeah, give Licorice the best possible matchup, given that final counter pick. But I feel like Smoothie on Alistar is just a completely different beast. I feel like you make this mistake once, and then for every single time you play them since then, you're like, Alistar has to be somewhere on our ban list if it's available.
4 bans as well from Cloud9. Tarek was 1, Braum is the 2nd. They're kind of taking aggressive supports away from Adrian.
They're also thinning that mid lane pool, which to me indicates a little bit that they may actually just be playing this Vladimir mid with the potential to flex it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, well, are they banning mid laners because they already have their matchup, or, is it a ruse, right? Are they bluffing here and just banning mid laners? We'll have to see. There's Camille ban. I like that a lot from Echo Fox. Kind of shuts off a lot of the Camille Galio we could have seen.
Yeah, because if they had locked in Camille here, then you'd have Galio potentially being an issue. Or if you locked in Galio here as Cloud9, the Camille would be something that they definitely have to worry about.
Ooh, blind pick. Blind-ish pick mid here for Jensen. Very safe, at least.
Pretty neutral, yeah.
Yeah, not really counter-picking much at all. Happy in the Vlad matchup, you have to think. Happy if it is a flex.
I like it because it's actually good into both Vladimir and Cassiopeia, which is the main counter to Ryze. Orianna counters the Cassio. So this is actually a pretty big blocker pick. I really like it here.
Yeah. That Ryze was banned away, but I think in general, just taking something safe for Jensen makes sense given how effective Fenix has been on a wide array of champions.
But this means that if he's playing the Vladimir mid, it's not an ideal matchup. If he's playing, the Cassiopeia, which I think would be next on the list for him, it's not an ideal matchup either. And right here, GP is locked in, so we'll see what Licorice has in store for it in the top lane.
See if Tahm Kench is also the other one here. Licorice certainly bumped off 1 counter pick with Camille gone. There is the Tahm Kench lock-in for Echo Fox.
Safe.
Very safe here. Echo Fox have navigated well. Oh no, this whole time. I mean, C9 could also be flexing here. I don't think so, but we'll see. Certainly suggesting it here. Smoothie's just having fun, I think, at this point. I've seen him play Lucian.
Lucian!
Okay, I wasn't going to say anything because I'm like, there's no way he plays Lucian against Gangplank.
I love these top laners. I love them so much because yesterday, Huni played Yasuo and Tanar against Someday, the guy who invented that matchup back in the LCK. And now Licorice is playing Lucian into Huni, who invented this matchup, that top laner, and brought it into pro play.
Well, I'll skip over the fact that maybe Huni's early success on the champion is not so good.
I don't give a damn!
I mean, yeah, Licorice was saying, you know what, I want to counterpick. This was the draft that Cloud9 were trying to craft, and they're saying, yeah, with resources, I can be better than you, Huni. But give me a counterpick and I will beat you.
I love this from Licorice because from a mentality standpoint, this shows that when something is shown to be good, he's going to put in the hours. He's going to put in the time because almost no other top laner has practiced this champion in this matchup and has been willing to play it into GP. And Cloud9 were ready for it. That's why they didn't ban it.
And these two teams have some great top laners here. This is going to be fun. Echo Fox, nice safe stuff between the utility roles. Some good solid carries at scale nicely, and a good, decently safe carry for Altec. On the other side, it's a lot of what we've seen, a bit more aggressive perhaps from Cloud9. Again, that top side's been so effective, especially if Smoothie makes it a 4v3. We'll see what happens here in this one. A lot on the line here for first place.
Last time they played each other, it was a bloodbath, the bloodiest game of the spring split so far. And right now, looking at these lanes, I'm expecting a little bit more of that too.
Don't think that's going to change too much here. Echo Fox versus Cloud9 for these two teams to end their week.
One of them will be in sole possession of first after this game.
The other one will be in second for everyone playing at home. I mean, again, the top two teams in the league going to try and answer the question here in the middle of the split. Who is better? By extension, who is the best? Jensen, though, off to the early lead.
Yeah, but last time they played each other, Echo Fox was behind early. Cloud9 had this gigantic early game advantage, and then they lost a team fight before the Baron, stole the Baron, and then lost another team fight immediately after, which put Fox in the driver's seat. But it still went to around 44 minutes for these two teams.
I think as well, just these two teams have looked good at the start of the split and just continue to improve and look better as it's gone on. Fox cleaned up a lot of their play, a little less willing to pull the trigger as aggressively, and Cloud9 have just taken their style and refined it, and their games are getting even faster.
Yeah, speaking of taking a style and refining it, I'm looking at the runes here for Licorice because what Huni had done is he had taken an overheal build before where he would go for a Vamp Scepter and just constantly lifesteal and just pressure. We have Licorice here with the Sorcery primary, but then his secondary is Precision, but he has Presence of Mind, the one that gives you basically refunded mana for X
takedown or level up
after leveling up or takedown. So in the lane, I expect him to be very aggressive, spending a lot of that mana to harass.
You're right. Early Q there for Licorice onto Huni. Just a reminder, the LCS Lineup is also covering this game. Kobe's Van and Mythy on Riot Games too. If you want to catch that now, catch them at the same time, or just watch the VOD later.
I feel like don't move the camera, just keep it here. This is where all the action is going to be for the early game.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Tough early lane matchup here, but two very talented top laners. Licorice are already getting involved.
I mean, if he can take down Huni and show that he can play this matchup, like that is huge for him. Because this guy, coming in as a North American top laner, he was one of the reasons people were saying Cloud9 lost the offseason, replacing Impact with a rookie from NA.
Well, I think that meme is well and truly dead at this point.
Oh, it is dead. It is in the ground. But look at this.
Aggression ignites. Smoothie, good headbutt. Altec wants to chase. Rend is there, but good level 2 pressure there from Echo Fox's bot lane.
I like the fact that the Kalista was early picked for them, which gives them pressure. So right now, C9 have a winning top, mid, and jungle matchup, but their bottom lane has to soak.
Oh,
Dardoch?
Flag still. No, he's using it for Dardoch instead. Who's going to get the Gromp? Svenskeren doesn't care. He's going to try and take him down. He's going to get the Gromp as well.
Yeah, I like it. I was just talking about how the top mid matchups are winning for C9, and they have the winning jungler. So Svenskeren gets the pressure here. Threaten to dive.
No way.
Nah.
Okay, Svenskeren going to back up, but that looks awfully scary from the Echo Fox side.
But he gets to put pressure onto Dardoch. And watch this, he's actually, is he going around? No, he's just placing wards down. He's just going to take some of the plants on the way out.
Yeah, doesn't know exactly the route, so just checking for camps. Actually, no, onto Phoenix. Great wraparound here from Sven. Phoenix forced to pull away. Sven's going to stick around for a slap. Just pops the W as Phoenix transfuses. Jensen pulling the way back, though. Might be able to keep this here in a good spot. Poke on a Phoenix. Blood Rush procs, but just hits a minion as Licorice back in onto Huni. Good barrel, though, to counter a bit of that trading.
Yeah, he's down 10 CS. He'll pick up these, potentially. And he'll be in a pretty good spot. Still 7 down. And they're both going to back.
A bit of TP as well. We'll see if they use it. Licorice already back. The second Doran's Blade. Instant TP back. Huni TP's to his turret. He knows what's up.
Yeah, Huni goes for the Corrupting Potion plus a Rejuve bead. So it's interesting because he's playing this matchup in a very safe way. Hold on, though.
Yep, Cloud Drake actually very grumpy.
Nope, not yet. That would have been a lot of damage in a knockback, but it does not get aggroed. So mostly talking about the top lane here, to keep it on that point, is this rejuve bead won't build into too much for Huni. This is just to get through the laning phase. This is almost like when you purchase Doran's shield or whatnot. You'll eventually sell it. But I really like this because this gives him that HP regen that he desperately needs. But the Lucian is still very oppressive, and I mean, there's a reason Huni was playing this matchup into GP.
Gets the barrel there. Parley though from Huni for a bit of trade damage back. Corrupting Potion helping out Huni as well on these trades.
Yeah, trying to just keep him down. That's what the Grasp does now with the move from the Klepto, is to allow you to win trades or at least stay even in trades.
Jensen fighting there. Fenix doesn't get the empowered cube back up.
Dardoch up top though. Licorice has no TP, doesn't have the wards, doesn't see this coming.
Does
and now
have
Huni is being aggressive.
Yeah, I think Licorice already knows that this might be trouble. Where's the Sedge going to pop out from? Dardoch being very patient here. Yep, there he is now, moving for a dive. Licorice, I think, go bamboozled. Flashed out of the way. The W is not enough. Damage from the turret's not going to heat up fast enough. Dardoch somehow lives there.
He went for the Q flash to predict Licorice's flash, but his flash was just a little bit further and was able to get out of range.
All right, well, longsword now for Licorice. Going to lose some CS to the turret as he walks back to lane. Huni able to play catch up at Smoothie. Back into the bot side. Adrian's going to call that off. He gets stunned now after the trample. Altec, though, again, spears back in. Sneaky trying to play up and aggressive.
Well, Sneaky arcane shift forward for some extra damage there. Oh, they're just jumping right past the Q, almost hitting.
Certainly tough stuff. Sven back on the warpath.
Oh man, top lane though, this just delays Gangplank's build so much because he's 10 CS down because of the pressure. He's honestly in a pretty awkward position with his build now because he's been building mostly to just survive the lane and try to scale up. Dealing some damage to Dardoch, who has not been having a great game either. The top half of the map is just Cloud9.
Puts a control hood down as well. So really just trying to bully. Going to go to the wolf camp and find him. Smites up for both. Sven gets the big wolf.
GP is coming from the other side here. It's a collapse onto Svenskeren.
Stun there from the Sejuani. Fenix is also here. Sven flashes out Jensen. There with the ball to protect him. Nice flash angle there from Sven.
Yeah, they end up getting his flash, but we'll see Licorice.
Oh, Culling actually kind of spots Huni through the darkness. Gets a bit of damage down. Now going to zoom over the edge. Oh. Takes down the ward first, though.
Yep, and gets himself out there. So Licorice still applying a lot of pressure here in this top lane matchup.
Yep, 15 CS ahead or so. See if they can keep this up. Sven actually also here. Dardoch's just abandoned this left side of his jungle. Svenskeren takes another camp away from him.
And this seems like a very, I would say, almost like Longzhu type style where you have a winning top lane matchup and then you have a winning mid. You just control that top quadrant. You really don't have to go to your bottom side of the map almost ever. You don't have to care about Drake right now. It's Cloud. And so Svenskeren can play going to his red, going to the enemy blue, and even though his blue is up, I expect Svenskeren to go for an invade on that top side after getting his red.
Jensen also getting pressure in his lane, so able to play up. Actually forced Fenix pretty far back, takes a turret shot, but nice shield there helps him. Maybe even looking just to force some cooldowns here. There, Fenix playing up, Jensen's like, all right, I'll just
solo.
Pan it out. There's the cleanse. Needs to be careful. Jensen knows the shockwave is ready. Pool is there. How close is this going to be? Jensen with a flash. Knows he couldn't win it.
Yeah, it doesn't have the cooldowns to actually deal with him that early on in the game, and the Vladimir went in and gets the flash. But they both burned both summoner spells, and hold on.
Sven is 6. Yeah, barrel chain hits Licorice. Huni looking as Licorice that's out from under the ultimate. Fenix fades away from the gank in mid lane.
Yeah, and that was good from Fenix to duck away, but at the same time, Licorice, he could have been in big trouble there if the ultimate had been a little further up. Huni still had flash and that advantage to potentially chase him down.
Is this too aggressive from Sven? I guess he's going to back up pretty quickly. Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, because I was talking about I expect Sven to go for it because he has the winning mid and top lane, and they were pushing in. But the whole kind of flow of that got turned around. It's, Fenix actually backs up the ward, dies off.
Yeah, it's like, I don't have any vision, so I'm just going to play a little more carefully. Good intuition there from Fenix. I'm going to get Sentinel. No, doesn't hit it. It's back towards the right-hand side of the jungle. Finally, Jensen taking a recall there. Has his lost chapter already done. We'll add Sork Shoes to that. Oh, undoes it. Goes Fiendish Codex instead. And Fenix, again, getting that health. Stopwatch is ready. Got the Kindle Gem as we tech back into the bot lane. It's been a little while, but pretty even so far. Altec and Adrian doing a nice job playing up though.
Doing a great job playing up, and Sneaky actually goes out. Smoothie goes in.
Tough to win trades here versus Kalista, especially when they're this extended. Altec rending out of the way. Smoothie's trying to get out of the range of the spears, but probably not going to be. No, actually, is that lucky?
Yeah, it looks like he didn't press the E fast enough and wanted another target. Hold on.
All right.
Who's flash still
plus
down.
Lucian, Huni in there. Licorice, can you outplay this? I don't think so. There's the calling out. Damage is decent with a stun from Dardoch's going to give the first blood over. Licorice doesn't want to die to Huni, but he's got no choice. Parlay, baby! First blood for Huni.
Huni gets some attention in the counter matchup, and they're able to take down Licorice's Lucian. And Huni knows better than anybody that when the Lucian falls behind, it's not very relevant in the game.
No, he's falling behind. I think Sven's kind of extension of the blue, cascaded all of these things. Again, you have to make really strong decisions.
It's great from Dardoch.
Yep. Very persistent, worked out here.
Yeah, because he went all the way through. Instead of going through his own jungle after the blue buff, he went through, helped out mid, and then went up through the top quadrant where he's not expected to be, because that's between the two winning lanes. And then he gets a back gank on Licorice, who has to either break that freeze, because Huni's building one, or keep him under turret. And you can see, Huni, play my Lucian.
Happy man. Always feels good to get first blood with a Gangplank Q hit. Only hit Kleptomancy for maximum value, but probably wouldn't have survived the lane at this point. Still down in CS, but Huni definitely picking up in gold. Still ahead 500 after that first blood. Phase now done. Licorice still pressuring, and Sven doing the same again. Cloud9, despite the mishap there from Licorice, don't need to change game plans just yet.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll continue to work out for them here in the near future. They do have that top lane warded up, which is exactly what they want to be doing, and Dardoch is now going to get spotted, so they'll be able to have some pressure here and potentially collapse and steal away the camps.
Gromp battle not in play this time.
Yeah, now the top laner's pretty safe. Dardoch, though, searching.
Ooh, the headbutt. There's actually a nice stun to Adrian, but he gets eaten. Smoothie ults out. Still the great health there. They're going to chase down. Ren might be enough to ignite. Also used. Still needs it. Flash forward from Altec. Look at the Smoothie. Grabs the kill, diving the turret.
And Altec and Adrian, they had some wishy-washy performances back a week or so. And now, this week, they have turned it on. Even their game yesterday versus TSM, they were able to have a really good time. Or sorry, their game yesterday against the 100 Thieves, not TSM, but still.
Tweet from Licorice. Low in health, thought he was going to chase him. There's the ult from Huni. Probably going to be enough. The calling is there. Flash into the ulti. Dardoch able to get the kill. Sven trying to answer. There's the dunk with the flash up from Dardoch. Could keep him safe.
Now they're trying to do damage control.
Smites the cannons. Counter smite there from Dardoch onto the big Krug. Sven still fancies it, but he's got no help. Smoothie's roaming up, but he's really late on this play.
And it's been amazing from Echo Fox. They've been winning the bottom lane matchup, which means Smoothie is locked down. He doesn't get to roam. He has to take care of the potential for a dive. And right there, you saw he was the one who got dove, and now he's trying to finally get out on the map to affect it. But the map is now collapsing as Echo Fox are taking some really good ganks and fights. And we saw earlier that graphic. Dardoch, #1 in opposing jungle proximity, which means he is all over the enemy team and ganking.
Following Sven after all that early pressure from J4. Nice stuff there from Echo Fox. 3 kills up to nothing. Had about 1,500 gold as we'll watch this one again.
That has started off so early. Like, you look at where Dardoch was positioned, he's by the enemy Raptors when that starts off, and Licorice is warding and trying to get out. He really doesn't stop ever from retreating, but Dardoch is there just in time. Oh.
Not sure if he wanted a different flash angle, but Sven, again, looks for the counter dunk, doesn't grab it. We'll get Dardoch's flash on the other end of it, but kind of the way to win this game was presented pretty plainly here by Cloud9, but Echo Fox have done a nice job countering that, and GP's only going to get tankier. Sorry, only get stronger, not really tankier, but as the Trinity Force moves in, a lot easier to win this matchup here.
Yeah, and the fact that he has a kill and assist to his name, plus that first blood gold, he's over 900 gold up. But look at this in the mid lane, a 2-on-2, both junglers here.
Dardoch on a Jensen. Sven here though, flashes for the knockup. Phoenix flashed in for the Hemo Plague. That's going to force Jensen out of there. Shockwave is ready for Jensen, but has to use it carefully, forcing the pull from Phoenix. Jensen steps forward, does get the Q damage down. Here's Smoothie. Maybe we
Phoenix
hit for a
can't
dive.
stay. He doesn't have the W, but he doesn't know the
Smoothie's
Smoothie's
got
on his
ulti.
way.
Here he comes. Phoenix gonna get. Ooh, what a great stopwatch with the ball. You know, so Phoenix, he's gonna get Shockwave back down. Jensen gonna get that kill.
Those are the roams we were talking about from Smoothie. The W was still down, and so they're able to potentially take this turret. Cloud9 bouncing back.
I think Cloud9 know they need to just do something about this mid lane. They're gonna break the turret open. I think just get out of the laning phase.
Yeah, get out of laning phase, roam around, and they actually get first turret before Echo Fox's bottom lane, which has been doing so well, gets first turret.
And chasing Dardoch again, though. Again, the dunk comes in. No
Way
flash
out.
this time for Dardoch. Jensen here, but he's there. Gets the kill. Great extension on the play from Cloud9.
And you can see the frustration on Dardoch's face. This is one of the most tilting things in the world as a jungler, is when you have two losing lanes, that the enemy jungler controlling your quadrant of the jungle, when you want to play there and help your team out, it means you can't do it. If you force it, that happens. And that's been pretty much the story of the game so far, as Sven has been pitching a tent there.
And again, Cloud9 sticking to the plan and continuing to show that even when there are some slip-ups and they don't make many, they're able to very quickly identify how to get back and push the game back to even. Echo Fox still up under 1,000 gold, happy with the situation given how bad the top lane matchup especially looked, but we're going to be really close as we move towards that 15-minute mark. Watch this play again in mid lane.
And you can see these 2-on-2s incredibly close. You're seeing so much. Jensen forced to flash out there as well from Fenix, who's applying pressure. He went after Jensen, did not go after Svenskeren there, and tried to burst him out. And Fenix just doesn't back up far enough, not respecting Smoothie's roams. And that's the thing, Smoothie's roams are really interesting because you don't expect the Alistar to be there. There's no reason for him to be there, and that's what makes it a good play, is because it's not the normal play.
He's actually going back towards that top lane. Sneaky did lose his outer turret as well in the exchange, so Altec and Adrian able to get that off their strong 2v2. So one turret apiece here, mid for bottom is a pretty interesting trade, even on gold, but I think map-wise, probably happy on the C9 side.
Yeah, but for Echo Fox, they just got the Cloud Drake, which is exactly what they want to do. So now you have zero reason to have your dual lane on the bottom side. They're looking for Licorice though, no flash again, Dardoch.
No Smoothie here either, just going to try and call the wave down. Phoenix low, Smoothie going to try and make something happen here. Licorice still fighting out of the way, but the stun's going to secure another kill for Huni. Mid lane though, actually a kill for Altec. Took down Jensen. C9 still trying to chase it down. A great cataclysm there from Svenskeren, with a turnaround from Altec, and now the TP in from Huni. Dardoch also here. This is a terrible spot. Fox closed the trap so nicely. Smoothie trying to save his AD carriers. Altec gets a double kill, and Sneaky, he will live, but Fox just wiped the floor with Cloud9.
And Fox are like, go Baron. There's no Baron yet. It's just 16 minutes in the game, and they killed 4 members of Cloud9.
Well, talked about the gold lead maybe being a little too close. Ramping up again here for Echo Fox. They'll take the Rift Herald as well. Look to get themselves even further in the advantage for turrets. Top lane probably not looking too hot there as Huni gets some free time.
Oh yeah, and the Lucian is basically a walking bag of gold at this point. It's going to be so hard for him to actually contribute in these fights. When he doesn't win the lane, it's very hard for him to win the game. This is one of the reasons that you don't see a lot of those picks that aren't team fight oriented not in the meta, because of the fact that if something like this happens where they are constantly jungle pressured, you make one mistake, it's ending up with it completely blowing up in your face. And I love that Fenix turns it around here, has the backup of Adrian and Altec as they come through with the Abyssal Voyage to get the kill on Jensen, who doesn't have flash from before. And now, great ultimate from Altec, throws Adrian out. Adrian then does get caught back in, but Svenskeren's dunk is not enough damage, and they don't have the follow-up as everybody's collapsing after the kill on the top lane.
He again sacrifices himself. Sneaky, the only escapee from that play from Echo Fox, still even in turrets, but that's probably going to change soon with that Rift Herald being completed as a result of that. Trinity Force also up for Huni, so he's looking just fine in his matchup right now.
He's actually looking more than fine right now. He is up, what, 1,600 gold over the Lucian. He's the most gold on his team except for Altec, who was picking up a few kills here or there. He's the second highest gold in the game behind Jensen. But Jensen is up almost 1,000 gold over Fenix.
Feeling pretty good here on the Orianna. 20 CS lead with his 2 kills. Jensen set up to make things happen. No, chased by Dardoch and Huni.
It's the revenge.
It is. Stun lands, but Sven's out of there. Not going to be back in there for the red buff, though.
Yeah, finally when Huni rubber bands the matchup in top lane with the help of the king.
Oh, Phoenix.
Wait, trying to turn this still. The stun.
Sneaky taking a lot of damage. The E doesn't land. Sneaky just ulties down. It's going to go down. Tahm Kench into actually make it a 3v1.
I don't care. That was a 2-on-1 where Phoenix comes out on top with a kill.
Iceborne Gauntlet Ezreal, Klepto, not enough to kill that Vlad.
I'm telling you, Phoenix has been playing out of his mind, but he has people on his team like Dardoch and Huni who have also been very consistent, but Phoenix, plays like that open up the map for your entire team.
I mean, Phoenix has, I think, a lot of good signature champs. We think about his Rises look good, his Azirs look really good. His Vlad's also one of them, but the problem is, at some point you just start running out of bans. Like, They stop becoming signature champs, they just become champs he plays.
Exactly.
There's Licorice and Huni back at it again, but this is a tough one for Lucian. Insta-flash, Huni takes him down! 0-4 and counting for the rookie top laner.
Huni saying, don't you ever come back into this lane with that Lucian. Got to be a little jealous that he was able to play. You know, he always wants to play that champion. Is Lucian good here? No, but they gave him the GP thinking they can handle it. With the pressure from Sven, doesn't matter. Huni with the solo kill picks up the turret in the counter match.
Yep, and there's the outer turret in top gone. Rift Herald still up for Dardoch if he wants to try and use it. Siege mid looks like a good spot, and hey, lo and behold, Dardoch's going to channel that one down, and no amount of wave clear is going to stop this one.
Exactly. There's pressure on this mid lane. It's going to die from Shelly knocking her head into it. But top lane, at the same time, you get this Gangplank with Trinity Force getting another turret. That is
so much
power
damage.
Play of 3, potentially.
And again, doesn't land a slow, though. Tagged him with the electrocute. Jensen, ulted there by Dardoch. Rift Herald's good. A shockwave under 2.5, 1.5. Not sure. Rift Herald
Shelly's a person.
gets caught in there, certainly is, but he's going to go down. Still, again, great pressure from Echo Fox. Practically got the top tier 2. Not dead yet, but that'll be an easy one for Huni to get later. And this game is accelerating awfully quickly for Cloud9.
Yep. Echo Fox with their foot on the gas here. And we were talking about how sometimes during the mid game, they have some blunders that happen where they'll have this gold lead at 20, but then at 30 minutes, it'll start coming back towards them. They have a lot of throws and uncoordinated plays. But in the last week, Echo Fox have really been on top of their hubris and have been not playing slower, but smarter.
Slower when they need to, certainly. Just able to kind of put all their pieces together a little bit more fluidly. Cloud9 going to have to battle back from one of the biggest deficits of this split. Down 6,000 gold. An 0-4 Lucian versus the Gangplank. That's like about as polarizing as matchups can get.
Yeah, the fact that it's a counter matchup that really only operates to counter the lane, and he is very far behind now. Looking at it, he is, oh, I don't even want to do the math on that gold. It is
a lot.
It is 9,500 for Huni, and it is 6,700 for Licorice.
That's a lot. That's my official mathematical analysis.
Yes, he is
of that gold
3,000
lead.
gold ahead of him. He almost has 150% of his gold. It is that ridiculous right now in that top lane.
Well, Cloud9 going to have to show us a lot here if they're going to battle back in this one. Had some longer games. For the most part, they've been ahead and stayed ahead. This time it's Echo Fox this time to show us their closing speed. So they are brutally far ahead at 21.5 minutes in. Turrets are down. C9 with only that one outer turret to speak of, and just playing against too much pressure. Fenix also 2.5 items. We saw his 1v2 kill earlier. Going to make that even easier with the Zhonya's now completed as well.
And Lucian is the one that's matching Fenix in this mid lane. In the side lane. And Fenix hit swap to teleport, so he'll be able to split push, put threat onto the Lucian, who's 2 levels down over both solo laners from Fox. And Echo Fox has just been controlling the map, even though I would say they had less control dealt to them in the champion select.
C9 definitely picked more aggressively. Couldn't quite get enough of a lead as Fox weathered that storm and now come out with a second Cloud Drake. Just moving up, sweeping out the vision, setting up around the Baron area. Certainly been unafraid to make moves here. Have Echo Fox. Cloud9 very blind here. Tag 1.
If Fenix knows that Licorice's flash is down, I would actually expect an all-in on that bottom side in the near future.
Down Dardoch at least, but again, Huni too strong. 2 items done. Then I'm going to have to go back and manage these waves. Oh, Svenskeren maybe caught, but gets out with a flag and drag. Jensen behind him, but that wave is just big enough. Sneaky takes a barrel there by Huni. And that turret's going to go down, make it 5-1 in turret score between these two. Fenix is just like, yeah, you can't really stop this.
Yeah. Licorice just has to dash away, try to get back off cooldown. Fenix going in.
Yeah, flashing in there's a Hemo playing Licorice. He knows that it's just all over here. Dive from Fenix, gets in the solo kill.
Exactly what I was saying. If they're timing that flash, Fenix is going to all in, use the Proto Belt and his own flash, and gets a kill on the opposite side of the map, and has TP as his team is doing Baron.
I've seen this before. Smoothie actually going to catch him to Huni. That's a good kill if they can get it, but Huni is going to find his way out. The shockwave lands, hits Huni and Sven, gets chased out of the pit. Jensen able to grab the shutdown goal as Fox pull off the Baron.
So you're saying you've seen this before?
Oh, a Cataclysm, what do they have left? Pull out there as Adrian gets him out. Somehow spits him over the wall, but Adrian is going to go down for the life of his AD carry. And now C9, maybe they just say YOLO, go for the Baron.
Yeah, you were saying you had seen this before. I'm like, what? Echo Fox potentially throwing the game in the mid game. Well, yeah, that's what's happening right here. You're gonna have Fenix TPing in though. Dardoch on the side. And
No emo play. Smoothie's like, get out of there! And Phoenix is like, all right, maybe I'll just steal it. Maybe I'll kill you all. Phoenix goes in. No, it's Sven. Finds a smite at C9. They got to book it. Smoothie, like you're going to go down. Licorice somehow barely escapes. Altec flashes over. The culling is good. Dardoch needs a kill. Flash forward from Sneaky, able to get it as Jensen takes down Phoenix in the pit.
I am ready for this bloodbath to begin here.
It has begun.
100% it has begun. Right there, Jensen now 5-1 on this Orianna, and they have this Baron buff, which gets them right back into this game. It is not over yet.
You guys cast your minds back to last summer, where everyone was saying, man, Jensen's playing so good. The team's not stepping up. This year it's been Jensen playing quietly, but this game will be a loud one if he's going to carry it. We'll watch this one again.
If you cast your mind back, this one won't be hard. To about a week or two ago, where we were saying Echo Fox sometimes just trickle in one by one. Phoenix is trying to help secure the Baron. Gets a kill, but ends up getting picked off himself. Dardoch tries to flash in, gets picked up, and then Phoenix drops as well. So that's 4 people dropping on the side of Echo Fox.
And now 220 with the Baron buff. Cloud9 going to try and equalize some of these turrets. I think at a minimum you need to get the 3 outers here and just give yourself some more space, but anything more than that, given where we're at right now, is probably gravy. As you can see, at 25, C9 still at their largest deficit in the 2018 NALCS spring season. That was after that Baron play, I believe.
Yeah, but this is when they look best, to be honest. When they're in situations where they have potential to come back and play the map in that 25-plus minute area. And Huni, he's trying to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, he's just in there on a Licorice. Fox really forcing 4v2 under this turret.
And they really just want to keep killing Licorice.
Like you said, walking back a goal. Not a bad target at all. 2 assists now to his name, but still 0-5-2 as Cloud9 do defend their top lane inhib turret. Looking for more. They did get the bottom outer, so kind of top out of the one left, but the long, long lane for C9 to try and push down. They don't have very much Baron left.
Yeah, about a minute and a half for them. But that's still enough to get the pressure off for a bit and start resetting, because Jensen is hitting those power spikes for himself. Got 2 items, pretty close to 3 here, has 1,600 gold in the inventory.
Looks like Deathcap actually up to bat as well for him. He kind of knows, all right, the onus is on me to carry this game.
Yeah, they don't have much MR at this point, and they have a Gangplank and a Vladimir who won't buy some for a good while. So you're looking more at just having a burst of AP as opposed to having the Void Staff penetration. He's just looking at having a large shockwave. He will buy the Void Staff later if they do start stacking him up.
Blood Shield as well. Check those 2 marksmen. Jensen actually has the hat now finished. As Licorice and Huni still back to battle, but Cloud9 trying to cut him off. Wanting to take this outer turret at least. Licorice doing a decent amount of damage here. 30 seconds left on this Baron.
Has the cannon minion with those 30 seconds left on the Baron.
I mean, there are many kinds of Barons in League of Legends at this point. This is one to just keep the game afloat for Cloud9. This is not one that equalizes or even gets you ahead.
It's still a necessary one.
Oh, I've seen this one before. Bad movie here for Licorice as he goes down to Dardoch with C9 going to try and take a turret.
I mean, if he's 0-6-2 and his team is taking turrets, though, I feel like that's worth. He's a walking bag of gold, but when you die that many times, the gold is only so little.
Yep. Decent-sized bag. Gold running out.
I would trade my 0-6 top laner for middle tier 2 every day.
That's exactly what they got. So if you're Cloud9, you'll be a happy man. That's 20 seconds up to this Mountain Drake. No top outer turret taken again. All those resources committed to kill Licorice a 6th time do mean they also keep the outer turret. And Echo Fox collapsing on the objective. Mountain Drake probably pretty important in this game.
Yeah, the fact that Licorice is down for 10 more seconds means they can't really contest it here. And so it's probably going over to Echo Fox without a fight.
Someone can sneak into that top lane, but that doesn't look like a possibility either. Instead, Cloud9 going to go back and spend their gold. It's time to reset the map once again. Adrian and Dardoch, not the most fearsome of objective-taking squads. Dardoch even smites early. Has another charge ticking away. That's how confident he is that Cloud9 isn't going to check by in 15 seconds.
No sneaky ultimate fired off.
Frustratingly slow. But hey, they know they've got the control.
That's true.
Able to take it down. Oh, come on, man. He did it! All right. Mountain Drake over to Echo Fox. Cloud number 3 spawning before the Elder this game. Ripoff giving Sven a bit of a tough time. Huni's like, ooh, I like that very much.
Oh, he was checking to see if it was still there. He
doesn't get it.
Doesn't get it.
Doesn't get the barrel extension. I think that's what was missing.
Yeah, he tried to go into the pit thinking that it was still up, but it was over and pulled my Svenskeren.
Oh, and look at this. Cloud9 continuing to try and make a play. Dardoch has been not spotted. Or if he has, Sven's like not that keen. He could just zip over a wall blindly. Nice lane will definitely Fox. Get some vision of the Cloud9 rotations as they push these lanes back out. And still, despite, you know, getting back here in this game, 5,000 gold still up for Echo Fox. And a lot of work to do for C9 if they want to try and even out this game. Echo Fox still well in the advantage.
And the lane assignments become incredibly strange because they're trying to get back into it. You can see Sneaky is down about 50 CS, but in the top lane, this Lucian is 0 and 6. So normally the farm that a top laner would go, it's okay, AD carry, you take that wave, and then you just keep alternating on top and bot, and you go back and forth. You usually set up your AD carry for it. You have an AD carry, you have a marksman in the top lane, so the Lucian does need gold to operate, but now he's kind of starved for gold and has to put himself in weird situations to get it and have Sneaky get gold simultaneously. So the fact that he was taxed or had a pretty bad early game on the top side is now affecting the other parts of the map too, because he does need gold.
So does Jensen, who's actually farming with Sneaky right now in the mid lane.
Yeah, and that's what really makes it super awkward, right? Is that Jensen's probably going to pick up more of the CS because he has the AC wave.
Smoothie in onto Adrian, going to try and pick him off. Grey Hell popped, Altec with the ulti. GP ult as well just to deter that play. But C9, good pick to try and find their Sneaky. Sorry, Smoothie just burnt Righteous Glory to make that, to close that gap.
Trying to make the play happen. Licorice though, getting farm time alone on the bottom side. That's what you can hope for right now.
It's all about buying time here. Echo Fox, I think, still looking to push the pressure forward with their lead. C9 again. Top lane's kind of a real big sore spot here. Yeah. So much trying to push the minions all the way back just to an outer turret.
But then he just pushes them down to the halfway point and Huni answers, and then he has to stay in a very weird position where he's on his side of the map and he's never threatening turrets. Sneaky's now picking up lanes on the other side of the map because the Baron is now on the table in 5 seconds.
Yep. So
you have to play around that. I expect Huni to be aggressive here and to put pressure on, especially with the blue coming up, because that could be another advantage for him coming into the Baron fight.
There's actually a ton of unspent gold in this game right now as well. So with Baron being back up, I think they're just favoring the map control a little bit more. Wanting to, again, make sure they set it all up, get that vision down. So Baron will not be rushed down by either team, but certainly back on the table as the team try and play for that next objective. Huni not able to quite barrel down the blue, but does steal it nonetheless. Already level 18.
First in the game to level 18 as well. So he's been stealing jungle camps away. That's usually why top laners will actually have more experience than mid laners if they're a carry top, is once they win a matchup and they can go into the enemy jungle, they just start stealing camps away, and that puts them into that 18 mark a little bit sooner.
Zack's being staggered, actually an Infinity Edge now for Licorice, so pretty good amount of team fight damage. 1v1 of course will also be fine.
Will it though? I'm unsure.
I guess we'll see soon. Oh, good eat there from Adrian. Smoothie frustrating to play against this duo. Each have a way to save each other.
I'm still really unsure, but Lucian did get
Here comes Phoenix, here comes Huni! We're going to make the play happen. Hemo playing not bad. He's going to chase it up to Jensen, gets a shockwave on the one, but he's just going to get chased down and shut down. Licorice joins the fight, but it's way too late as Altec goes unstoppable. A headbutt back in onto Huni, but they can't kill him either. And Echo Fox just dives straight under the turret.
Echo Fox, there's only Sneaky and Svenskeren alive for Cloud9. They're going to keep pushing. This is the Fox style.
All of a sudden, that pace being pushed straight to the Nexus turrets here for Fox.
They have 2 minions. Sven's trying to kill him. He does.
He's going to go back in, does get them both. Pops the stone plate to try and make himself tankier. Gets eaten after the Cataclysm, goes down as well to Altec, but that sacrifice likely saves the game.
I think he saved it for a little bit. Don't know how long though.
Is it just a band-aid? We'll have to find out. Sneaky firing pot shots in. Doesn't have his ulti, just still trying to poke out of the way. Nexus Turret 1 melting there as Sneaky. Gonna try and weave in enough autos to maybe get a kill, but the Nexus is gonna be exposed soon. Smoothie, he's back, but the Nexus is open. Sneaky just can't do it. Echo Fox calculate that win and take down Cloud9 for first.
And now they also have the 2-0 head-to-head over Cloud9, which means getting first place away from this dominant team is going to be difficult.
Someone had to take a tough loss here, and today it is C9. Echo Fox just looking so sharp in the counter matchups with Cloud9's pressure that has looked so good. In the 2v2 where we didn't really expect Altec and Adrian to find some sort of lead, basically everywhere, even with Fenix falling behind in his 1v1 lane, everything else came together.
And this was something that Echo Fox fans would love to see from this team. They drafted a winning bottom lane to keep Smoothie and Sneaky, even though they got the Alistar. in lane so they couldn't roam, and they picked scaling top and mid lanes. They got counterpicked. They end up in bad matchups, and Svenskeren did control the top side jungle, but Dardoch found really great ways to get to top lane, and then the Lucian ends the game 0-7-2, courtesy of Echo Fox.
Yep. Huni and his Lucian love sends his regards, as we saw the Fox father out there as well. Lots of support here out in the stands for Echo Fox, and well-deserved. They are now officially, at least for now, your #1 team in the NALCS.
Yeah, and Echo Fox, this is pretty much the exact opposite of where this team used to be, right? You think of Echo Fox as an organization, were struggling, had never made playoffs, had about where they were about 7th place multiple times, 10th place, floating around that bottom half and never having a postseason. This time, they are looking at the postseason. They are 9-1 at the end of week 5, and they are potentially looking at a first-round bye.
It's not about, if they get there, because they will. It's about what they do, when they do. With that, we'll send it down to Overly Senpai and Fox's support, Adrian.
Thanks, Pastry Kohai. Adrian, congratulations on that win, taking sole possession of first place. How does it feel to pick up the win today, and on your birthday, no less?
Yeah, it feels really good to be first place, because I think this is the first time Echo Fox has ever been first like this.
Looking at that game, what was the team's reaction, and more specifically, Huni's, to the top lane Lucian pick?
Yeah, Huni was laughing when Licorice took Lucian because he knew he was going to win either way matchup because Huni's just the better player.
I like the confidence in your teammate there. Now, Echo Fox has had a fabulous split so far. To what do you attribute the team's success?
I think it's just everyone's working really hard together because everyone doubted us in the past. We're going to have attitude issues, motivation issues, but we just proved everyone else wrong by winning because everyone thought we were going to be a bottom place team, and now we're first place.
Well, congratulations again on your win, and happy birthday. And for more on that game, let's hear from the State Farm Analyst Desk.
Thank you very much, Avali. Happy birthday indeed, and what a way to close out the weekend here with a win over Cloud9, moving solidly into first place. Sole possession.
Yeah, that was it did have that kind of typical Echo Fox throw for a little bit, but it wasn't really close aside for that moment.
Right. And to address the point around the top laners, yeah, it's a little bit of trash talk, but in all reality, Mark, in that moment you said the best top laner in the league is beating up on the rookie who's been performing super well
Best player
anyway.
in the league, maybe,
right?
with Huni at this point. It's kind of, he's making that case pretty strongly here, but it was some really interesting stuff in the draft that led to that Lucian versus GP matchup that we saw. So when you look at this draft, the first thing to note is how priority works between two teams, because if one team has 0 priority on a champion, you don't need to keep high priority on that champion. That's kind of what happens here with GP. No one bans it out. They banned the Skarner instead. C9 loves Skarner and Sejuani, so screw the GP. Don't pick it early. Take the Sejuani first, and then you start setting up this weird draft where you have a lot of flex picks kind of going on here.
Yeah, and if we can get through the draft right here, the big breaking point is going to be the Vladimir, which is the 3rd pick on the blue side for Echo Fox. C9 doesn't take too many chances, especially with Ezreal. The Jarvan was a little bit of a weird one because not many people pick it on this patch, but because of the bans that we had seen in the early Sejuani priority, it makes sense. The Vlad's where they really start mixing things up.
Yeah, because with that Vladimir pick, you kind of assume Vlad goes top generally, but what they're doing here is they've effectively picked 2 solo laners with the flex that comes in, so C9 doesn't feel really comfortable banning out either of those that much and instead focus on the support pool, which allows Echo Fox to ban out the Camille that can potentially come in to a GP, and because C9 doesn't want to waste bans on a top lane Vlad, so they let the GP get through as well. So after all of that, when the picks start coming in, C9 doesn't really take anything too crazy. They take the Orianna because they need their mid laner, and then finally, 4th pick, Echo Fox is finally able to grab GP with no common counter picks left up.
Yeah, you could argue that the GP should have been banned if Cloud9 was never going to pick it because the Vladimir counter could technically be flex top lane, and Huni's GP is really nasty good. Yeah. He's amazing at sometimes solo carrying games with it, but overall, I think they thought Licorice would be able to pull out that Lucian counter pick, and they were wrong.
Right, yeah, some intelligent drafting from Echo Fox there to kind of know what they could and couldn't prioritize, but all of the focus to the top lane here just made it Kind of a living hell for Licorice.
Yeah, I mean, Dardoch camped him. 19.33% jungle proximity top lane is 3 times his average jungle proximity top lane. And it was tough to get up there, too. Like, Svenskeren was invading his blue buff jungle, but Dardoch was finding all these different ways to path around to kind of catch Licorice pushed up in situations that he couldn't escape, and he just had to accept his fate a few times and take the death.
Yeah, I think you got to give a little bit of credit to Dardoch here as well, because with the Lucian matchup, you're pushed up in the lane so far. You can take slower paths that wrap further around behind. A number of times, like you saw, he was dying under his 2nd-tier turret with his first one up. So Dardoch was doing a great job hounding him in that top lane. And then you have to give credit to Fenix as well on the Vladimir, because he had to flex that. The enemy team takes Ori. Not a great matchup for the Vladimir, and he was doing largely fine. His only death in that laning phase came from a 3-man roam from C9.
Right, and as with most Echo Fox games, there comes some massive explosive team fight. The one in this game, though, comes 16 minutes in, relatively early on. No Baron for them to turn to, as they normally would, but a 4-for-0 in the mid lane.
Yeah, kind of the Echo Fox special. Phoenix goes all in on Jensen as the Tahm Kench is coming in. They pick up that kill, and obviously C9 thinks they can turn it around because they burned so much. But they don't actually have a good way of following Svenskeren's ultimate here, despite catching 3 people. And Altec was doing damage the whole way, as well as just hopping out of the Cataclysm. By the way, they had killed Licorice in a previous replay that we just saw, so now the cavalry can arrive from that bottom.
Yeah, so there you see, it just turns out this massive 4-0 in the mid lane that Echo Fox seems to find those fights. They start pushing all these turrets down. And like we said, this was a smashing, all things considered. There was a brief moment where they threw the game and lost a Baron buff, which Echo Fox is prone to do, but the Goldie was still around 4,000 or 5,000, and you're looking at a 0-5, 0-4 Lucian top at that point. So you were not really concerned at all about the state of the game. And as soon as the Baron buff runs out and they get to reset the waves, they get this nasty flank off with the 1-3-1 that they had set up.
Yeah, and they had burned the summoner spells early because of the Sejuani initiate, and then their 2 solo laners can just destroy the backline. And what I liked about this Echo Fox game, and both of their games this week actually, was kind of the reliability and the repeatability of the way they seem to be winning now, rather than just forcing these super aggressive 50-50 Barons that are going for it. They're just doing smart ganks, they're finding smart initiations for teamfights, and intelligent ways to find flanks into the back of teamfights. This is much more confidence-inspiring as a way to win.
Right, a couple of things left to clean up for the squad of Echo Fox, but even as we've mentioned, those few times where they maybe throw an advantage back, they're quick to regroup, quick to regain their composure, and find their new way of winning.
I think it's the kind of case where it's like, yeah, okay, they're not the perfect team. That's not a surprise. Almost no team in any league is the perfect team, and while they have these kind of very jarring mistakes compared to some other top teams in leagues, they're pros, what they do well is so much better than anyone else in the NALCS.
Echo Fox 2-0 in the head-to-head now against Cloud9. What's our opinion of this Cloud9 squad, as the only 2 losses they've taken have been against this Fox squad?
They're still super good.
Second place? Is that,
yeah, they're still the 2nd best team. I haven't seen, like, who we're going to say is better than them right now? Clutch, Liquid? C9's still clearly really good, and even this game, we kind of saw flashes of them nearly pulling it back. Jensen's Orianna had those 5 kills, but just the Lucian got so far behind that they couldn't play around that weak point in the top lane.
I mean, and again, it kind of feels, or how much of this do you think this is C9 trying things? Just as we said earlier today with Team Liquid, right, where they seem to, in some ways, be attempting to find new strategies and new playbooks within the regular season when they have the allowances to drop some games. Cloud9 here throwing a Lucian into the top lane and trying to kind of react within the champion, the champion select itself.
I wouldn't say it's too new of a strategy. I mean, it's a specifically different pick than we've seen out of him, but it's the exact same strategy they've been running all year.
Still looking for counters.
Yeah, counter pick in the top lane, and this time Echo Fox did some clever things to kind of get good matchups and things like that, but it was still a little risky if that Vlad pick didn't work out.
Is this a strategy other teams could emulate against Cloud9 now, or is this specific to having Huni on your squad?
This is a level of creativity that is becoming more and more common in Echo Fox's drafts because Huni plays everything, and Fenix, who has been known for having a small champion pool, has showing a level of diversity he's never shown before in the NALCS. Mark is like, I used to coach Phoenix.
No, I'm just saying there was a period of time where he had the most unique champs in the split and won with them.
And his Azir was still the best.
His Azir is still the best. That's
Anyway,
fine.
I feel like Phoenix is being better on those champions
Yeah, that I
than
can
he
agree
has
with.
ever been before.
Okay.
And that's giving them, I think, sometimes more solo lane flexibility than any other team. And it's really hard to prepare for that.
Fair enough. Echo Fox is now definitively the best team in the North American LCS. Halfway through the split means we're just that much closer to the 2018 NALCS Spring Finals taking place in Miami, Florida on April 7th and 8th. To give yourself the best shot at securing a seat, be sure to register as a verified fan on Ticketmaster, which gives you access to purchase this Thursday. Be sure to check out lolesports.com for more information, and we'll look forward to seeing you in South Beach. We're going to step away when we return. It's 100 Thieves versus Counterlogic Gaming. Don't go anywhere.
The stun from Dardoch's going to give the first blood over. Licorice doesn't want to die to Huni, but he's got no choice. Parlay, baby! Low in health, Dardoch's going to chase him. There's the ult from Huni. Probably going to be enough. The culling is there. Right into the ulti.
Keep running, guys. Keep running. J4 no ulti. It's up again.
Oh, nice, guys. Trying to turn this still. The stun.
Sneaky taking a lot of damage. The E doesn't land. Sneaky just ultis down. He's going to go down.
Phoenix going in.
Yeah, flashing in. There's a Hemo playing Licorice. He knows that it's just all over here. Dive from Phoenix.
Let's go. Can we kill him here? Can this flash? 80 flashed. Oh, Sejuani. Nice. Good. Nice.
Jensen gets a shockwave on the one, but he's just going to get chased down and shut down. Licorice joins the fight, but it's way too late as Altec goes unstoppable. Echo Fox calculate that win and take down Cloud9 for first.